Welcome to the 14th election in American history. It occurred in 1840 from October 30th up to December 2nd. Incumbent Martin Van Buren's presidency began horribly when the Panic of 1837 occurred. It was mostly caused by a policy implemented by Jackson called the Specie Circular. This made it so payments for land could only be made via gold and silver, causing many banks to collapse. Many would blame Martin Van Buren since he was president, and people even called him Martin Van Ruin. Talking about Jackson, fun fact, before leaving office he said this. Meanwhile, after the election, the Toledo War finalized, in which Michigan and Ohio wanted the Toledo Strip, believing it was rightfully theirs. In the end, Richard Rush was sent in and found a compromise. It saw Toledo becoming a part of Ohio while Michigan was given the Upper Peninsula as a compromise. Furthermore, in the Southwest, Van Buren proclaimed his opposition to the annexation of Texas. He did this since he did not want to restart the slavery debate and wanted to not anger Mexico, perhaps even causing a war. Van Buren would force the Trail of Tears to continue and was even harsher than Jackson himself. Meanwhile, the Second Seminole War was still occurring in Florida. It was caused due to the government wanting to forcefully move natives out of their land, and there would be many casualties. At the same time, up north, the Canadian independence rebellions against British rule occurred. Frustrated by British rule and lack of reform, many Canadians rebelled. Some in Washington asked Van Buren to help the Canadians, but to no avail, and without any major support, the rebellions would be squashed. There was also a border conflict called the Pork and Beans War over the boundary of Maine, a conflict which would be solved shortly diplomatically, and the name was a reference to the food of the soldiers or lumberjacks. For the election, Democrats nominated Martin Van Buren as president, but no one as vice president. Vice President Johnson was kicked off the ticket because he was a liability to the party. For example, he took 9 months off to open a tavern during the Panic of 1837. Andrew Jackson even felt the same about Johnson and highly recommended James K. Polk to replace Johnson as the vice president nominee. During the National Convention, delegates weren't able to decide on a nominee and ran out of time, leaving it blank. There was also a new party in this election, the Liberty Party, a party against slavery, but it would not get momentum. While for the Whig Party, the nominees for president were war hero William Henry Harrison from Ohio, Henry Clay, senator and former House Speaker from Kentucky, General Winfield Scott, commander and war hero from Virginia. In the end, the Whigs nominated William Henry Harrison and John Tyler as his running mate. John Tyler, a former Democrat and former senator from Virginia. Harrison revolutionized the campaign trail and made himself look like a common man with catchy slogans like Tippecanoe and Tyler too. Even though Harrison was richer than Van Buren, he made Van Buren look like an out-of-touch elite. Harrison campaigned above expectations, and being a war hero like Jackson helped a lot. Van Buren had to deal with people blaming him for the economy, and he was not as good at campaigning. And the winner was William Henry Harrison won, becoming the 9th president in American history. Harrison won big with 234 electoral votes and defeated President Martin Van Buren, who even lost his home state of New York. And John Tyler became the 10th vice president in American history, and Martin Van Buren got 60 electoral votes. This election saw the Jacksonians finally losing power after 12 years and showed how powerful the common man rhetoric was. In the Senate, the Democrats won and kept the majority, winning 29 out of the 52 seats, with 27 required for a majority. For the House, the Democrats barely kept their majority, winning 123 seats, only one over the threshold. New Speaker Hunter became the Speaker of the House after Polk decided to run for governor in Tennessee. William Henry Harrison took his oath of office on Thursday, March 4th, 1841, at the East Portico of the Capitol. The Whigs had the perfect man to push for their policies, and thus the 14th election in American history came to an end. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video.